Explosive start to the Bundesliga as the champions of Europe, Bayern München, stick 8 past Schalke. But what about the chasing pack? How did they do? We'll take a little look at it next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction show. Today we'll take a look at match number 2 and the Bundesliga, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button and keep me bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Bundesliga related, world football related. We're going to all here under one roofski. That's right, it was a great performance from Bayern München to just kind of cement their status as the best team in Europe, as probably the best team in the world, really, as it stands. But how will they fare in match number 2 with the difficult Hoffenheim? We'll talk about that in just a second. Of course, before then, a big shout out to the Patreon gang, VIP exclusive clubs, exclusive members of the VIP gang. Good support for them, guys. Tremendous support. I do appreciate it. And if anyone else is out there, we'll make that VIP gang from 19 to 20. Get in the old description. There is a link there. Patreon.com/Roverseas. So we're going to jump in the deep end and take a little look at how we all got on last time around. Of course, the Bundesliga. Here we go, boys and girls. 0-2, you're in the shit-face gang. 3-6, straight-face club. 7+, you're in the top banana. How about me? Well, my picks are on the left, the final score on the right. I went with a 3-0 win. I went conservative, I'd say, but an 8-0. Who saw an 8-0? I don't know if anybody saw an 8-0. Not too shabby. The goal scorers on the day. Of course, I'll tell you, it's going to be a while. Get some popcorn down you. The goal scorers on the day. Gnabry got himself, 3 goals? Sane got himself a goal. Goretzka as well. Thomas Muller. Jamal Musiala, Englishman. And, of course, Lewandowski got himself a goal as well, as they came out on top with the win. Eintracht Frankfurt could only muster a draw against Arminia Bielefeld. Sileb Sukuku on the score sheet, but Andre Silva levelling for Frankfurt in a 1-1 draw. Actually, went with a 2-1 win for Frankie. Got that one wrong. Union Berlin, they opened up with a defeat against Augsburg. Good win for Augsburg away from home. Ruben Vargas, Michael Gretorius and Andre Hahn on the score sheet for Augsburg. Marius Budler on the score sheet for Union Berlin. Actually, won with the 1-0 win for Berlin. Shame on me. Hoffenheim, they also lost. They won. Andrej Kadamic on the score sheet, 3 goals for him, hat-trick, nice, fantastic stuff for him. Sebastian Anderson, Dominic Drexler on the score sheet for Köln. Actually went with the 2-0 win for Köln. Got that one wrong. Also got the next one wrong. Hertha Berlin 4-1 winners over Werder Bremen. Goodness gracious me. Peter Pelknick, Dorde Lebakiano, Matthias Kuna, and Horion Cordoba on the score sheet for Hertha Berlin. Davy Selke on the score sheet for Werder Bremen. Actually went with the 1-1 draw. I thought shit had changed at Werder Bremen, but it hasn't. It's going to be another struggle, I think, for them this season. Meanwhile, Stuttgart returned to the Bundesliga with a defeat against Freiburg. 3-2 loss for Freiburg. Niels Peterson, Roland Salalai, and Vincenzo Grifo on the score sheet for Freiburg. Meanwhile, Sasha Kelzovic and Sales Wangamatonga on the score sheet for Stuttgart. A couple of late goals there, but nothing there. Nothing game. Meanwhile, Dortmund also started off their season with a comfortable win over Mönchengladbach, 3-0 winners. Goals from Giovanni Reina and Erling Haaland with a couple of goals as well to give themselves a 3-0 win over my boys Mönchengladbach. Shame on them, but I did expect them to lose. I went with a 3-1 win for Dortmund. Meanwhile, Leipzig did also win, 3-1 winners over Mainz. Forsberg, Poulsen and Heider on the score sheet for Leipzig. Jean-Philippe and Matera on the score sheet for Mainz on that bad boy. Actually, what did I go with that one? I went with the 2-0 win for Leipzig, not too shabby. And of course, the end there, 0-0 draw, Wolfsburg against Bayer Leverkusen. Actually went with a 2-1 win in the end. What did I get? I got 3. I did terrible, boys. Terrible. What about you guys? We'll take a look at yours in a second. Bayern, of course, leading the way with their goal difference, of course. And then Berlin second, Dortmund third, Augsburg fourth. Take a picture, because they ain't going to last. And down the foot of the table, Schalke, Gladbach and Werder Bremen. Good going down. That is not what we want to see. Let's get rid of it. Let's talk about the Prediction League, boys and girls. It is live. And, of course, we'll have a look at the current leader as it stands in just a second. But let's get into it. You can still join in. It's still early days, so let's get into it. So we are QPR did all right. NWC 239 did bits. Odd Match did number 1. FS did okay. Ilmitch did not too shabby. Gaming Charlie did okay. Shepherd, well done to you, sir. Being a Patreon, not too bad. Cody Ho also did very, very well. Not bad as well. Josh Wolds, Travel did bits. Victor Carvalho, not too shabby. Luka Kucherovic did okay. Brian Burtz did bits. Russell Frost, also not too shabby. Roberto Hollis did okay. David Keeley did not too shabby. Nitish A also did okay. Callum Bristol did bits. Okay, did okay. Matt Gunner, not too shabby. Sean Brennan did alright. Nathan Heaver, of course, respect to you, sir. You're over there in the old corner there. You did alright. Yannick Buster did okay. Hans Wurst, he's the coolest name in town, did alright. Football Mapper, not too shabby. Bianca Molnar also did very, very well. Not too bad. Le Patreon as well. Mabas Buster did okay. Kinsmoni not too shabby. Victor Fisher did cool. Come on you somethings did alright. Murat Spitzelli not too shabby. Costas K did okay. Alex Sweller did okay. Brian Fan not too bad. Shane O'Donnell did alright. Shakatic Peace not too shabby. Ultra Omar Murat, well done to you. Elgin Cow, also well done to you. Omar Esquivel, the Mexican Kingpin, did bits as well. And Mike Gallagher not too bad. Biosio Mata not too bad. El Majimadi did okay. Slavia Celtic not too shabby. Vincent Hong, he did alright. Simple's not too bad. And iCarl not too shabby. I think that is it. And here is your current prediction king with an impressive 7 out of 9. That's right, a successful 70%. No, I don't know, it's not even 70%, more than that. It's more than that. But anyway, he is your current leaderboard. There is no overall because this is your overall. NWC239 is your kingpin at the moment. So respect is due. Come on, you somethings are in there second. Alex Weller, Josh World Travel, Kinsman, Costas K, Max Gunnar, Nishish A, Roberto Hoss, We Are QBR also in the mix with 6. And then the chasing pack as well with a couple of Patreons knocking about as well. But that's just match day number 1, folks. We are right into the thick of thing with match day number 2. We can start with Hertha Berlin taking on Frankie, of course. These two sides play each other 72 times, according to my knowledge. 33 wins for Hertha Berlin, 21 wins for Frankie, and 20 draws. The last 6, though, between these two sides sees 3 wins for Hertha Berlin, 1 win for Frankie, and 2 draws. Frankfurt actually undefeated. In fact, the last time the picture was in Berlin, and it was a 4-1 win for Frankie. Goodness gracious me, on the goal scorers that day. Bastos got himself a goal. Andrew Silva with a couple of goals. Ubiti Iviti Ndinka on the score sheet for Frankie as well. With Pletic and on the score sheet with Beata get himself sent off on this one. Frankfurt actually undefeated in the last 5 matches in the Bundesliga, and they opened up their campaign, of course, with the draw against Bielefeld. Meanwhile, Berlin opened up the campaign with a comfortable win over Hertha Berlin. The bookmakers' odds on Friday, the 25th of September, 30-10 for Hertha Berlin, 2-1 is your draw, 5-2 is your away win. Of course, difficult one to call this one. Both sides are unbeaten, of course. They start off the seasons without a loss, but I'm going to go with the Hertha Berlin. They look good, especially at home, and now they'll carry their form into match 2 with this one. 2-1 win. Next up, my boys, Mönchengladbach taking on Union Berlin. Fortunately for us, we played each other just 3 times. 1 win for Berlin, 1 win for Mönchengladbach, and 1 draw. And that last time I played each other was in Mönchengladbach. It was a 4-1 win for Mönchengladbach. I'm hoping they can do something similar this time around. Neuhaus on the score sheet last time around. Thuram got himself a couple of goals, and Plee as well. Sebastian Anderson on the score sheet for Union Berlin last time around. Heading into this, Gladbach actually won their last 3 home matches in the Bundesliga, but they did open up the campaign with a defeat against Dortmund. Of course, Union Berlin also lost on the opening day against Augsburg. The bookies' odds will go with Mönchengladbach, I'm pretty sure. 147 on, red hot favourite, 70-5 is your 6-1 is your away win on this one. Of course, I've got to stick with my head on this and heart. I'm going to go with a 3-0 win for Mönchengladbach and hopefully get their season up and running. Got to get their first win up and running nice and early because they've got Champions League football later on in the calendar. So it's going to be very, very busy for them to keep up the heat with these boys, but and also with an opening day defeat, they're already chasing the leaders already. Leverkusen taking on Leipzig. Of course, this one's a heavy one to deal with early doors. These two sides played each other just 8 times. 1 win for Leverkusen, 4 wins for Leipzig, and 3 draws. Goodness gracious me. The last 6 though sees 1 win for Leverkusen, 2 wins for Leipzig, and 3 draws, including a draw last time they played each other, which was in Leipzig back in March before the old lockdown. Leon Bailey on the score sheet for Leverkusen, Patrick Schick on the score sheet for Leipzig as well. Last time they played each other in Leipzig, Leverkusen was also a 1-1 draw back in around about this time last season. It was early October, 1-1 draw in the end. Volland on the score sheet for Leverkusen and Christopher Nkunku on the score sheet for Leipzig. Heading into this, Leipzig have actually won their last 4 away matches. They've also scored at least 2 goals in the last 4 matches as well. Leverkusen opened up their account with a draw against Wolfsburg, 0-0 draw. They also beat Nordsveld 7-0 in the Old Cup. Meanwhile, Leipzig also back-to-back wins for them, also beating Nuremberg in the Cup, and also Mainz on opening day, scoring 3 goals in both of those 2 games. Heading into this, the bookmakers odds 2-1 for Leverkusen, 5-2 is draw, 30-10 is your away win. Tough one to call this one. I'm going to go with it, just edging it to Leverkusen to give themselves a bit of a kudos on this one. Next up, we have Mainz taking on Stuttgart. These two sides have played each other 28 times, 12 wins for Mainz, 10 wins for Stuttgart, and 6 draws. The last 6 though sees 5 wins for Mainz, 1 win for Stuttgart, and no draws. Last time they played each other was in Stuttgart back in 2019. It was on January 2019. Mainz with the winners, 3-2 win in the end. Ascobar with a big fat OG, Jean-Philippe Mateta on the score sheet, and Alexander Hack as well for Mainz. Nicolas Gonzalez and Mark Oliver Kempf on the score sheet for Stuttgart. Heading into this, Stuttgart actually failed to win the last 11 matches in the Bundesliga. Of course, they've been last season in the Zweite Bundesliga, and they've opened up their account with a defeat to Freiburg last time around. Meanwhile, Mainz opened up their account to a defeat to Leipzig. Of course, both sides looking for their first points on the board. Bookies odds 30-10 for Mainz, 5-2 is draw, 2-1 is your away win for Stuttgart. I'm going to go with a 0-0 draw on this one. I can't separate the two sides, and I think Stuttgart will be happier with the point away from home. Next up, we have Augsburg taking on Dortmund. Of course, these two sides played each other 19 times, according to my knowledge. 2 wins for Augsburg, 12 wins for Dortmund, and 5 draws. The last 6, though, sees 1 win for Augsburg, 4 wins wins for Dortmund and 1 draw. Last time they played, there was an 8-goal Bobby Dazzler, and it was in Augsburg. It was a 5-3 win for Dortmund. Florian Niederlechner, a couple of goals for Augsburg, for Marco Richter as well, completing the scoring. They took a 3-1 lead over Dortmund. However, it was Erling Haaland's show with a hat-trick as well. Jadon Sancho and Julian Brandt on the score sheet as Dortmund came out on top with a 5-3 victory. Dortmund, of course, opened up their campaign with a 3-0 win over Gladbach. They also beat Duisburg 5-0 win in the Cup. Meanwhile, Augsburg also back-to-back wins for them. They also beat Celle 7-0 in the Cup, and they also beat Union Berlin 3-1 on opening day. Dortmund actually won the last 6 away matches in the Bundesliga. They've also scored at least 2 goals in 7 of the last 8 matches as well. Augsburg actually failed to win the last 7 matches in the Bundesliga, and this will probably be number 8. Heading into this, 6-1 for Augsburg, 9-4 on Dortmund, 50-4 is your draw, and that's where my money's going to. I'm going with a 3-0 win for Dortmund to make a back-to-back wins for them, and looking good at the moment. Bielefeld, Bielefeld taking on FC Köln this coming weekend. They play each other 33 times. This will be the 34th. 13 wins for Bielefeld, 17 wins for Dortmund, and 3 draws. The last 6, though, sees 6 out of 6 for Köln, and last time they played each other was in the Zweite Bundesliga. It was back in 2019. It was a 5-1 win in Köln with goals from Dominic Drexler, Simon Terode with a couple of goals. He actually got a hat-trick. Joran Cordoba as well on the score sheet for Köln, and just Volkslammer on the score sheet for Bielefeld. However, the last time played in Bielefeld was a 3-1 win as well for Köln. In fact, you're going to go, I don't know when the last time, according to my knowledge, back to 2008 in the Bundesliga, Arminia Bielefeld did beat Köln 2-0 in the end. Heading into this, Köln actually can see at least 2 goals in 9 of the last 11 matches. Köln have also failed to win their last 11 matches as well. They opened up their account with a defeat to Hoffenheim, 3-2 loss. They did beat some team in the German Cup 6-0. Meanwhile, Bielefeld opened up their account with a 1-1 draw. They also lost in the Cup to Essen. Goodness gracious me. The bookies' odds will probably, unfortunately, will go with Köln, I think, on this one. Where are you? Where are you? I'm looking for it. I'm looking for the odds. I'm looking for it. There it is. 9-5 for Arminia. About 6-4 is your away win. 12-5 is your draw. Tough one, this one. I'm going with the points. I think Köln will be the happier out of the 2 sides for that one. Next up, we have Schalke, of course, on the receiving end of a battering last time around. Taking on Werder Bremen this time around. So looking for a first victory of the season. They played each other 115 times. 47 wins for Schalke. 46 wins for Bremen, and 23 draws. The last 6, though, sees 1 win for Schalke, 5 wins for Bremen, and no draws. Last time they played each other in Schalke. Was a 1-0 win for Werder Bremen. Leonardo Bittencourt on the score sheet. That was in lockdown as well. It was a 32-minute winner for Werder Bremen. A valuable win for them as well to keep them above the old relegation spots. Schalke have actually failed to win their last 17 matches in the Bundesliga. They've also conceded at least 4 goals in the last 3. It could be Wagner on his way out very soon. It's only match day 2. They opened up, of course, with that battering. They haven't played in the German Cup either. Meanwhile, Bremen opened up their camp with a loss to Bremen. They did beat Jena out in the German Cup 2-0 win as well. Heading into this, Schalke 6-4 for the win. 9-5 is your draw. 12-5 is your away win. I'm giving it to Schalke, but if they do lose this, it could be a tall order for Wagner to get himself back into the good books these days. Hoffenheim taking on Bayern, of course, this time around. These 2 sides have played each other. I don't know how many times. What are we looking at here? I don't know. They played each other a bunch. But the last 6 seasons, 1 with Hoffenheim, 5 wins for Bayern, of course. Last time they played each other was in Hoffenheim. It was a 6-0 win for Bayern. Gnabry got himself a goal. Coutinho got himself a couple of goals. Xerxes as well. Goretzka and Kimmich on the score sheet. In fact, there's been lots of goals between these 2 sides. Could stretch it all the way back to 2018. Bayern have actually won the last 14 matches in the Bundesliga. Of course, they're champions of Europe as well. Hoffenheim actually scored at least 3 goals in the last 4 matches. We could see some goals in this one as well. Hoffenheim opened up their account with a 3-2 win over Köln. They also beat somebody. Don't even know who that heck that is. Kimitzner 2-2 in the end. Penalties, I think, must have been the deciding factor in the German Cup. Bayern 8-0 demolition. Of course, Schalke, and of course, bossing it at the moment around the world. I do expect them to boss it one more time. It might be a bit more tighter this time. 3-1 win for Bayern over Hoffenheim. In the end, to put themselves in cruise control at the top of the table. Next up, or should I say finally, Freiburg taking on Wolfsburg this coming match day. These 2 sides play each other 36 times, 12 wins for Freiburg, 14 wins for Wolfsburg, and 10 draws. The last 6, though, between these 2 sides, sees 2 wins for Freiburg, 2 wins for Wolfsburg, and 2 draws. Last time they played each other was in Wolfsburg. It was a 2-2 draw. Wout Weghorst on the score sheet for a couple of times for Wolfsburg. Lucas Höller and Roland Salali on the score sheet for Freiburg. Heading into this, Freiburg have actually won the last 3 home matches in the Bundesliga, and they've fancied the chances as well. Back-to-back wins for Freiburg as well, beating Mannheim in the Cup, and also Stuttgart in the league, whereas Wolfsburg over at the count with a win in fact, they've actually played 3 competitive matches, scoring 8 goals in the past 3 games. There was a 0-0 draw last time around, and the previous 2 games they scored 4 apiece as well, as they look forward to maybe get some goals against these bad boys. Of course, prior to this, they're in the European action against Desna. I believe they're from Ukraine. Don't hold me on that. Hold me on that one anyway. The bookies odds on this one taking place on Sunday. It will be 21 to 10 for Freiburg. 25 is your, 30 to 10 is your away win. I'm going Wolfsburg on this one. What about you guys? Make sure you get your predictions in nice and early for this one for match day number 2. And as it stands, my table will look like this at the end of it. Bayern will be leading the line. Dortmund will be in second. Familiar names, of course. Hertha Berlin will be reigning in third. Wolfsburg will be in fourth. My boys will be in Mönchengladbach will be in seventh. The foot of the table will be Union Berlin and Werder Bremen in trouble with FC Mainz already. But that, my friends, is match day number 2. Be sure to get your predictions in nice and early, of course. For the Prediction League, boys and girls. We'll have it here each and every week as we try and see out the season. That's it, my friends. Be sure to give the video some love and smash the thumbs up. Smash subscribe if you're new, of course. Also, check out the description. Links to my other social media platforms are in there. Twitter, Facebook, and of course, La Patreon. If you want to support the channel in another way, that's the place to do. That's the place to do it, boys and girls. Make sure you check that sucker out. Try and make the from 90 to 20. That's the way to do it. Anyway, till then, though, give the video some loving. Be safe out there. Will Bayern put on the juices, the afterburners once again, and put on a masterpiece against Hoffenheim? But what about my boys, Mönchengladbach? Can they get themselves up and running with their first win in the season? And what about the tasty Leverkusen Leipzig game? Big ones this weekend. Lots of drama, lots of goals I'm expecting. Until then, though, I'll see you all.